So I am going to be in my car for this one. I don't know if this would help any. I don't know, I kind of parked facing towards the sun. I should have noticed that beforehand, but I didn't. So lighting is going to be weird, but hopefully this is not really visible. Okay. So I'm going to be doing respiratory exchange rate for this one. Again, I drew it out in advance. So respiratory exchange rate really talks about what is burning. So when that is the primary thing we're burning, it's going to be closer to 0.7. When you're doing a 50-50 mix, it's going to be closer to 0.85. And towards carbs, when you're burning carbs, it's going to be closer to 1. And this is going to be your exhalation of carbon dioxide. So we have what is called a crossover. So this is percentage of VO2 max, and this is not really to scale, and I'll admit that. However, this dotted line represents carbs, and the straight solid line represents fat. So the y-axis is percent energy from the respective macronutrient, and then percent VO2 max is the x-axis. So the two things I did label here was the 50 represent an even amount, and the percent VO2 max where the crossover happens. So that's going to be slightly less than 40. It's going to be about 35% VO2 max when the crossover event occurs. So what the crossover represents is the when in your VO2 max, what percentage of your VO2 max do you swap over from mostly burning fat to mostly burning carbs. As you can see, this chart actually, technically speaking, this never reaches 0 on the chart. You're going to burn a little bit, like true 0, but it's going to overwhelmingly be carbs at that point, towards the end of it. Sorry, I forget it's reversed for me. So looking at that, so this is only, like I said, about 35%, slightly less than 40. So if we go over here-ish, around here-ish, this is going to be around, actually past 100% VO2 max, where you can exist at a place beyond your VO2 max. It's just you're going to be burning mostly pure carbs at that point to burn, to do glycolysis, and to use phosphoketone system a little bit as well. So we actually are performing work at a rate higher than which the body can produce energy. So it is beyond our oxidative utilization capacity of the body. So this work cannot be maintained for any, and sorry, that was just a car horn, for any elongated period of time. We can hit this beyond VO2 max work rate, but we can't maintain it. So for instance, what I was doing today was just sprints, and along with that a couple other calisthenic activities like pull-ups and weightless squats, push-ups, jumping jacks, all of that kind of stuff. So when I was doing sprints, I was doing sprint up a hill in my neighborhood. So this hill is probably, it takes me about 40 seconds to sprint all the way up it. It is a very, very long hill, and it's really legitimately not a sprint. It progressively slows down as I get towards the top, and that's why it takes 40 seconds. Granted, it's probably less than that, I never counted, but it's definitely less than a minute, a lot longer than like a 20-25 second one. So as I'm going up a hill, I'm sprinting with no kind of regard to maintaining it. My only goal is to get to the top of the hill as fast as possible. So on this chart, I would actually be burning mainly carbs. I would actually be past my VO2 max because I cannot maintain my work rate all the way up the hill. I start slowing down as I get towards the top of the hill, and that is not simply because I cannot maintain that work rate of running as fast as I can up a hill for long, for the entire 40 seconds. But after that, after the hill is a bit of a plateau area. So after that, I actually decrease my walk rate as soon as I summit the top of the hill. I go down to a walk. So then I would complete the circle. It's not a cul-de-sac, but it's kind of like the end of the street. So I walk to the end of the street, come back, and walk down the hill. And so that's typically going to be a relatively low walk rate because it's only a walk. So that's going to be closer to here on the chart. What's going to be, closer to around here. I'm still going to be burning a bit more carbs than I would at rest because I am walking, but I have not hit that crossover point of about 35%. And so that allows me to cool down enough. By the time I make it back to the bottom of the hill, I can sprint back up it. It's actually really fun doing, because like the first times I decided to do this, I got to the top of the hill at barely a jog. Because like I said, my only goal is get there as fast as I can without due regard of trying to pace myself up it. It is extremely tiring. Because like I feel myself go from a full sprint to a jog as I summit that hill. But at the very least, I've noticed the more I do it, the little bit faster I can finish it. It's like I'm still making it to a jog by the time I get up that hill, but I can't maintain my sprint all the way up it, but it's a little bit faster. But that is it for this one. Respiratory exchange rate. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm going to do for the next one. Probably something about see, I keep on wanting to do nutrition and performance stuff for these, but it's supposed to be exercise phys stuff, which is kind of annoying. Just because I'm taking both classes and I take them back to back, so it's just like I kind of forget what, like, oh, this lesson was in exercise phys, not nutrition and performance, or this I actually learned in nutrition and performance, not exercise phys, which is just not really a problem that I forget which class is which, but it's just an interesting problem to have. But yeah, that'll be the end of this one. Let me see.